Hi, creatives. It's Amy. Today we're going to have a meditation, a talk, a conversation about trust, and specifically trust on the creative's journey. So I'm going to encourage you to go find a space to just settle into with limited distractions where we can really dive into this topic. It is going to be kind of part conversation, but it really is going to be a meditation where I'm going to give you affirmations and I'm going to give you mantras to really sit within, because trust and the creatives, these two topics, they almost repel one another. We have so many cultural narratives that mean that trust is really challenging for creatives. I know for me, this is one of the biggest issues that I continually come back to as an author and a creative. And on this journey, I continually find myself circling around this idea of trust and mistrust. This is not an issue I am over. This is an issue I'm moving through every single day. Trusting my creative journey, trusting my creative instinct, trusting that I am indeed here to create, just as you are. For me, I have gone through a journey of deep mistrust. I didn't believe, I didn't have any faith that I was here to create. I felt like my desire to create was immoral. I felt that it was lazy, that I was trying to get out of real adult life. I had no faith or trust in my creativity and my desire to create. I thought that it was childlike and foolish and naive. And learning to trust this incredible creative drive that I have has been a huge part of my journey for the last 7-8 years. You are here to create, and the fact that you have a desire to create means that you're here to create. Trust it. Trust that desire. It isn't trying to trick you. It isn't a consequence of being lazy, of being childlike, of being fanciful, of being overly imaginative. Your desire to create is holy. It is one of the most human blessings in the whole world. You are here to create. If you desire it, that is what you are here for. Trust it. I've also, over the years, had a huge amount of issues trusting my creativity in itself, worrying constantly that it's going to run out. I'm not going to have another good idea. I'm not going to be able to show up for this project. I do not trust my innate creativity. It's going to run out. I'm going to use it up. And I've had to come back to the understanding that my creativity is endless, and every day I wake up with more of it. That it is not something that will one day disappear. That it is always there for me to access. And even in the moments of blocks, and we will all have blocks, darling. We will all have blocks. I can trust that my creativity is there waiting patiently for me to move through whatever resistance I need to move through. Your creativity isn't going anywhere. Even when I had huge depressive episodes and, I had a really, really bad spell of anxiety and panic attacks maybe over a year ago now, and I couldn't fucking create in those times. I had no trust. I thought my creativity had been robbed. My mental health had robbed me of my creativity, but it was waiting there patiently for me to heal. Your creativity isn't going anywhere. Your creativity is not going anywhere. It is right there waiting for you. If you're not able to access it at the moment, it is safe. You are safe. It is not dissolving day by day. It is waiting there for you to access when you are ready, when you've moved through these resistance. Trust that you are inherently creative. You are creative whether you are creating at the moment or not. It is within you. It is who you are. Trust that. Another part of this journey that I've struggled with is trusting the ebbs and flows of the creative journey. We've been culturally taught that, we need this stability in our lives, that we get a job and they get a stable wage and we get a stable everything and everything's stable. That's been the dream. Stability is a dream. And creativity in its magic comes with a lot of a lack of stability. And we have these ebbs and flows in our lives of creative abundance, creative connection, creative stagnancy, creative blocks, lack of connection. And I have had to learn to trust those ebbs and flows, because it is, again, not the end. When I'm in that ebb, it is not a sign of the end. It is not a sign that it's all done. It's not a sign that my success is over. It's not a sign that my creativity is over. It is simply an ebb, and it will come back up again. And I trust this undulating journey. I trust this undulating journey. It is safe to trust the undulating nature of this creative journey. If you are in an ebb right now, and even if you're in a really long ebb, trust this is not the end. This is not forever. Nothing is forever. This journey is undulating, and if you keep showing up and you keep being vulnerable and you keep chasing whatever's calling your name creatively, you will find the wave starts moving again. You're going to find your flow. It's always around the corner. It's always coming. You are on the precipice of so much magic. Trust that. You are on the precipice of so much magic. Trust that. The creative journey ebbs and flows, and it is safe for it to ebb and flow. You can exhale. I often felt like I was treading water, like only just keeping my head above water. And the reason I was doing that was because I did not trust this creative journey. I didn't trust myself as a creative. I didn't trust the nature of being a creative. It is safe. And I think I kind of realized I didn't need to tread water. Like I could put my feet on the sand. Like it was shallower than I thought. You are safe. It is safe. We have so many narratives around why creativity isn't safe. We are culturally bombarded with narratives around the scarcity of being a creative. But I want to remind you that these stories are cultural narratives, and more so they're becoming less and less true. The world is changing in the favor of creative people, in the favor of artists, and it is your turn to ride this wave. You don't have to be so skeptical, so cynical. You can trust that you are here to create, and your creations are going to find their audience. You can trust that. If you keep showing up generously and vulnerably, with persistence, with your magic, with your own unique brand of magic, you will find your people. Trust. Trust. You belong here. You are meant to be creating. You can trust your creative ideas. You're not going to run out of creativity. Even when you have breaks, you are not disintegrating creatively. Your creativity is always there. It is safe to trust your creativity. It is safe to trust your creativity. It is innate. It isn't going anywhere. It is innate within you. You can even trust your creative blocks because you know they're not going to last forever. You have resistance to move through. And that's exciting. The resistance is the way. You can trust your creative blocks. They're here to teach you something. They are not a dead end. They are not a stop sign. You can trust creative blocks. You can trust the ebbs and flows of this creative journey. There will be ups and there will be downs, but again, there is no dead end. You're on this creative journey for the long haul, creative. This is a life's work. You are here to make things and make impact for a very long time. You can trust the ebbs and flows of this creative journey. Whether you're feeling highly creative or you haven't created anything in a while, it's all safe. Whether you are connecting with thousands and thousands of people with your art right now, or whether you're in a slump and your art isn't seeing the light of day, both these spaces are safe, and undulating between them is safe. You can trust the ebbs and flows of this creative journey. Exhale. Both spaces are safe, and all the little parts in between are safe. You need to trust that you are here to create. You are here to create. You have been called. You have been called to to make, to use your imagination, to create, to take something that wasn't here and bring it into this realm. You're here to connect, to make impact with these creations. That is what you're here to do. Trust that. I trust that. I know that that is why you are here. And if you feel any feelings of doubt that are coming up as I speak these affirmations over you, creative, you don't need to meet that doubt with resistance. It's perfectly valid to feel doubt. We are artists. We are doing the most vulnerable thing that humans do. We are giving little bits of our soul out into the world for inspection. No one knows vulnerability like we do. So no wonder that doubt comes creeping in. No wonder that we struggle to trust, because there's a little voice inside our head that wants to protect us from this vulnerability. This little voice wants us to stay small because it is so much safer to stay small. But what we are telling our minds and our bodies right now is it is actually completely and utterly safe to create. You can trust this journey. Don't meet those feelings of doubt with resistance. Welcome them in. I see you. I see your fear. I see that mistrust. I understand why you're here. You are safe. You might almost want to see those feelings of self-doubt like a little inner child, your little inner artist, and they're coming up, they're saying, no, we can't trust our creative ideation. Remember that time back then when we didn't have an idea for 3 months and it was terrible? You just need to sit that baby child down and just go, oh, honey, I know that was a really scary time. I can totally understand why you're doubting this right now, but we are safe. We are here to make wild, beautiful impact with our art. And you're safe. And I'm going to take care of you. You are so resilient. You are going to be able to move through the trials that being a creative brings. You are going to be able to move through rejection, to move through disappointment, and thrive. Trust isn't about having an unrealistic expectation of what is to come as a creative. We know how hard being a creative is. It is such a vulnerable path to take. It can be such a challenging path to take, but that doesn't mean we have to not trust it. You are so resilient. You are so persistent. You are so vulnerable. Your voice is so needed, and you're going to be able to move through the trials that come your way. You are doing so well, and you are so safe. You are here for a reason, and that reason is to create. Trust that. It is safe to trust that.